Hello and welcome to the studio today. I'm your host Jai Bharadwaj, and with us is Mr. Vivek Agnihotri, one of the most profound filmmaker of our time. He has made thought-provoking movies like Vaccine War, The Kashmir Files, and now he's coming up with The Bengal Files. Vivek ji, welcome to the studio today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sir, with you comes a lot of controversy also. When we see movies, date coming from Vivek Agnihotri, there are a number of articles which are left, right, and center. So with Bengal Files, probably more controversy has come, even in the theaters where you were probably playing a promo of your movie. What is happening? Tell us more about it.
See, controversies happen when you uncover truth
Hmm.
or when you destroy the lie of for which has been established for a long time. The controversy will happen. Controversy never happens when you lie. Nobody cares when you lie. If you tell somebody you are so beautiful, nobody says, "Hey, why are you calling me beautiful?" But if you tell an ugly person that you are ugly, then he's going to say, "Hey, how dare you say that?" So controversies begin when you speak the truth or uncover a lie. So what is happening is that in somehow it's a Western thinking that because Hindus are in majority in India, therefore they are the oppressors and Muslims are the oppressed, and Muslims are the minority. But both are wrong facts because Muslims are not the minority; they are the second largest majority of India. Nowhere in the world somebody who constitutes 20% of the population is called minority. Okay, the real minorities of India are Buddhists and Jains and Parsis who are like less than 5% or 6, even 6. So that's one thing. Second thing is that it's impossible for the West to understand that India is the only country in the history of humanity where minority persecuted, oppressed, and enslaved the majority for 1200 years. First, first by Islamic rulers and then by Christian rulers. We were colonized for 200 years. Before that, we had rule of someone, the Muslim leaders. And we had no rights, absolutely no fundamental rights. They could kill us at will. They destroyed all our buildings, architecture, culture, temples, destroyed our literature, music, and they enslaved people, they converted people, raped people. So it's a very unique, different country. Now I want with my films to focus on this issue also because the Hindu population in India never got a chance to express their pain, their trauma. Like Kashmiri Pandits were never allowed to express their pain and trauma. Everybody said you are Hindus, you are majority, you cannot have pain, you cannot be victims. So when I bring out these facts, there is controversy. Then the West Bengal government tried to stop the release of the trailer, and now West Bengal police has stopped our film from releasing in West Bengal.
So, is it possible for you to tell me what is the true story of the Bengal Files? What is it which is rattling people so much so that they have to stop your promo even?
Two facts. Fact number one, that if I ask you which is the most persecuted and enslaved society in the entire world, in the entire history of this world, okay, do you know the answer? Now you will know because I have said it many times. Is the Hindu society. Is the Hindus who have been persecuted and enslaved for 1200 years. Nobody else has been tortured like that. Then our civilization, the oldest civilization, the Bharat, India, was divided into two parts. Have you ever heard one country? Did you see Germany? One part breaks away and one becomes Jew and one becomes Christian. Nowhere in the history of the world this has happened except for us, right? People who
Yeah.
were invaders who came from outside, who converted some people, and then they broke the same country, which is their motherland. It's a very unique thing. So I have shown in my film the real history of partition, what happened in Direct Action Day when Muslim League uh, called for Direct Action Day, which actually meant annihilation of Hindus. And in within 2 days, 40,000 Hindus were killed, according to the reports by the governor of West Bengal of that time. So I just wanted to show the story of pain and trauma and the suffering, uh, how we got the partition. Everybody thinks we got partition because of non-violence. No, this is not true. It was the most violent period of any country anywhere in the world. More than Holocaust, more than Hiroshima, Nagasaki. So, don't you think if the pain of Jews can be shared through films, pain of Japanese people can be shared through films, pain of Rwandan people, Armenian people can be shared through film, don't you think the pain of Hindus should also be shared through film, and also to make the history correct? So I call my films truth cinema and alternate narrative. That's what Bengal Files is all about.
So, sir, one more important thing is there are a number of books which are there on that bloodied partition of Bengal, Direct Action Day. We all probably have read them. So, what makes this movie so controversial, or is it that because the film is a mass media, everyone else who has not read the books newspapers or other history will come to know about the reality of those days, and that's what is making certain people, in your view, nervous about it.
Absolutely, you have hit the nail. That's the reason. Because books is fine. Politicians understand that nobody reads books, but film is a mass media. And with this, two things will happen. A, the younger generation will know about the truth of our partition. Second, the current politics also gets exposed, which is based on appeasement and demographic change. This state sponsored demographic change in Bengal is a very dangerous internal threat situation, and this film will expose that. So therefore, West Bengal government under the leadership of Mamata Banerjee doesn't want this film to release. Their police is calling up the theater owners and threatening them with consequences if they release this film.
So, if the Bengali people won't be able to see it, there in India, probably the global Bengali community will stand up and go and watch this movie and know about their history, what has happened to their ancestors.
That's exactly what I'm expecting. I pray to God that the Bengali community stands up. And it's the story of every household in Bengal, including the chief minister's family has also suffered in Direct Action Day. But because of political compulsion, she's not being able to say anything. So I hope that not just the Bengali community, the entire Indian community should come out and support this. This is a hidden fact, hidden truth. It's coming out, and they should. And I believe the reason I made this film was unless and until you let the trauma come out or let the trauma be expressed, it can never be healed. So, to heal Indian society, it's very important that such films are viewed by everybody.
These days, we talk to Bangladeshi Hindu community people here in Syria. They tell us horror stories, what is happening back home. So, do you see any parallel in what happened 75 years back in undivided Bengal and what is happening right now in Bangladesh?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the same thing. See, the thing is, when a nation gets radicalized, the whole reason why Hindu genocide happened in Noakhali and Direct Action Day, because radicalized people overpowered the other leaders of Congress at that time. Same thing has happened in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, Afghanistan, we saw that. Now in Bangladesh, the same thing is happening. And that's why you see the Hindu population, which was over 20%, now has been marginalized and reduced to almost nothing. Same pattern is emerging in Indo-Bangladesh border, Chobis Pargana, which is part of the Bengal on the eastern side, and Murshidabad and all these places. Even in Calcutta, the same state-sponsored demographic change is taking place. So yes, in that way, and I always say that the next internal security threat of India will come from eastern border because of the radicalized Bangladesh. And Bangladesh and Pakistan, by the way, have joined hands. They are doing joint military operations. What is their objective? You can guess. The enemy states, when they shake hands, obviously, to attack the third enemy.
Vivek, another thing is a lot of a group of section of people, intellectual, they call your movies very divisive. They say that things which have happened 75 years back, we should forget about them. And while Vivek is making this movie, probably there'll be bad blood between the communities which are there in present day. How do you respond to that?
First of all, anybody who says this is not an intellectual, he's a fake person. I mean, saying that don't even discuss history. First, you distort the history, and then you don't want anybody to revisit the history. That is a very, very, I think, inhuman thing to do. Any nation, any society which doesn't care about its history ultimately dooms. And I think it's very important that the youth of tell me something why Indian youth or Indian middle class, Indian population doesn't even know that they are the most enslaved and persecuted community. Indian young people, they can put Black Lives Matter on their Instagrams and not even say a word about Pahalgam attack, which was on the religious grounds. Blacks have seen slavery, inhuman thing, but Indians have seen slavery for 1200 years. On the Calcutta clubs, Calcutta restaurants, Calcutta shops, you know what used to be the board outside? Dogs and Indians not allowed. Why shouldn't my child know about it? So people who covered up this history are criminals to the society. It was a crime against the society. We are just trying to unfold it, uncover it. Anybody who says that I have no right to revisit is a fake. He's a criminal. Second thing is divisive. Society is divided. If society was not divided, why the partition took place? If the society was not divided, why the Pahalgam took place? Why India has so many riots all the times on Hindu-Muslim grounds? Because society is divided. As a filmmaker, my job is only to show what is happening in the society. So these are not intellectual. These are all politically motivated people. They have an agenda, and their agenda gets exposed with these kind of films. That's why they don't like it.
Every time you tell us, Mr. Agnihotri, that uh, if we talk about Kashmir Files and vaccine war, that something triggered you to make that movie. This time around with Bengal Files, what triggered you to make this movie? Were you inspired by any book or any incident? How this movie came around? If you could tell us.
Like almost 99.9% population in India, even I didn't know about Direct Action Day and Noah Khali genocide. I had no idea that the partition took place because of these two events, these bloodied events. And these two events were to annihilate Hindus. And surprisingly, Hindus were never given chance to express it. Second reason was that when we think about partition, generally we think it happened in Punjab. People forget that the playground or the Kurukshetra of partition was Bengal. Bengal was divided twice in 1905 as Hindu Bengal and Muslim Bengal, and later on again it was divided in 1947. So tell me such startling facts about my country's history. Why shouldn't my children, your children, or anybody else know? So I thought that it's a great idea to make this film.
Uh, Now you have decided to make this movie. Can you tell us what is the movie all about? What's inside the movie? What are I have seen the promo of the movie. If you could tell people who are watching, uh, when we go to the theater, what do we expect?
Number one, you will learn what happens when humanity is absent. When the evil takes over, what happens? Second thing, this film is not only about the past, it's about the present also. And when you'll see past and present playing together, this will become a warning for the future. This is what you expect. Besides that, you expect a lot of pain, you expect a lot of tears in the film, a lot of people cry, you will be stunned in the end, you won't know how to react, you will become numb. Because that's how the reality is. But this will make you think, this will make you research, and you will come back, and I am sure you will research and think about the future of the nation.
Sir, in your movies, you emphasize on characters and the story, not on big names of the film industry. Does that help in reaching out to the masses when there are big names of film industry working in certain movie, or you think otherwise?
I think a good content finds its space, finds its audience. I don't make it with stars because it's very, my films have very strong characters, you know, very, very strong characters. And the stars cannot surrender themselves to those characters. That's why I work with some of the best actors of the country. I do it because when I work with the best actors, I learn, I become enriched. And with Tashkent Files and the Kashmir Files, we have proven that it doesn't matter whether you're big stars or not. Your message has to be strong. Your content has to be very, very good. Sorry, I got to run. I have a premiere in some time of the film, and it's releasing tomorrow. I'm sorry, I have to run in next one
No,
minute or
that's
so.
all good, Mr. Agnihotri. Last thing, what do you want to say to the Western viewers who will be watching your movie?
See, in Australia, I'm very happy tomorrow in Perth. They have booked a hall. They have kept it for the diaspora in Melbourne, Sydney, all these places. This is happening. It's a very good news. I know Hindi cinema, especially the kind of cinema I make, which raises the concern about Indians and Hindus specifically. It was very difficult to release those films in Australia. But there are lots of people who were the activists who are fighting against it, and very successfully they have managed to do a screening at Perth as the beginning. And I want you guys to become the brand ambassadors and ensure that every young people you know watches this film. If you want, I would plead to you, I'll request you that you sponsor tickets for 10 young people. Let them watch it. Let them learn about the history. Because in America, when we showed it, all the Gen Z people who came in large numbers, they told me collectively that when we entered the theater, we were different people. Once we came out of the theater, I'm a different person now. And now I'm going to look at my parents and India from a totally different perspective. I have more empathy. I have more understanding and caring for my parents and my grandparents, what they have gone through. So, this is my appeal to you. Please show it to young people.
Mr. Agnihotri, thank you for talking to us and good luck to your movie, which is there in theaters and probably Melbourne, Perth, Sydney. All cities are ready for it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.